In a little wooden house lived a man with his spouse, a paper man with his paper house, and his paper wife and their paper kids. I came home from work today, singing songs about wet willies and weird people who sing songs about going to Rosebank even though the bank is empty. I came home singing a song today, and my course about the course of life didn't take me to be driving BMWs down the street, so I met a girl named Mercedes, and so we drove down the street. But henceforth her diesel was powering my petrol ways. But I came home today to find the wife had cooked a paper meal on a paper plate, so we washed the dishes often and sung the songs that would come through like redundant people. But welcome to my paper house with my paper spouse and my paper wife and husband. My kid came home today to be spelling songs about singing songs about nursery rhymes, but when the nursery came about, his rhymes were dead and buried. So he wrote a ship home. These relationships began to sing again, and so we sunk in ships and came back to be singing songs. But henceforth, when Titanic came to a blast, I was still sitting at home in my paper house with my paper wife and her paper spouse. These are the adventures of a paper man in his paper house, in which he would pay 50 rand notes to get in and get out. So what would you say if you had to pay 50 rand to walk into your house and sleep with your wife and sleep with his wife and all his wives slept together? Because this is a paper house with a man and his paper spouse and her paper house. With a paper dog that ran around the house, and he would call hen and come home today, because Joan of Arc would come and start a fight with you too. Because I don't believe that Mother Teresa believed in you, and henceforth that's why we believed in her. In realness, he was the Mahatma Gandhi and she was the paper, and I was the unbelievable person that wrote this poem about a paper man and a paper house with his paper spouse. And sometimes we'd watch the TV and see Mickey Mouse speak about how Minnie Mouse would drive around in a big car. Don't answer that question for me, because it wasn't one. But welcome to my paper house, my paper spouse, and her paper wife. Don't understand why my kids won't write back to you, because when it rains, we cry. Because the house goes down. So let's build it with tin papers. Let's build it with zinc. Let's build it with you. Welcome to my paper house, because I built it for you. This poem is meant to be a seed that you grow home tonight. So go home, grow your little paper house with your paper spouse. Write it over and over again. Make it a book, make it a Bible, recite. And next time, I won't have to talk about you divorcing me. Instead, we'll be talking about the logic that is you and I. Welcome to my paper house, and you are my paper spouse. Thank you.